Hi everybody, I hope you're having a good weekend. I wanted to check in with you before you turn your Isearch papers and talk to you a little bit about the conferences that we had this week and then what you'll be doing this week. So first of all, I want to thank everybody who signed up for conferences and showed up. It was really great to talk to you guys and meet you in person or over Skype, but it was really great to talk to people and to get to know you a little bit and also get to know what you had questions about with the Isearch paper. It seems like a lot of people had similar questions, so I want to cover those bases a little bit today and give you a chance to answer an extra credit question to me via email so that you can make up a little bit of points if you're missing anything and also just learn a little more about the Isearch paper. So a lot of people had questions about what the difference is between an Isearch paper and a research paper. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about that. So a research paper, which is something that a lot of you are familiar with, kind of makes an argument about a particular topic and presents information, usually from secondary sources. And that's what we'll be doing for our next paper. For this paper, the Isearch paper, this is more of a narrative of how you conducted your research. So instead of having an argument at the beginning, you'll have a research question. Instead of having body paragraphs that just present the information, your body paragraphs will give me an understanding of how you got your research and where you got it, what sort of information is contained in it, and how you will use it in a research paper. So the Isearch paper is not a research paper, strictly speaking. It is rather a story of how you were able to find your research and how you want to use your research. So it's more of a pre-research paper than anything else. So this is a really important distinction to make because you don't want to turn in your Isearch paper having it be just a research paper. That's our next assignment. What this assignment is really a chance for you to get to understand the research process a little bit better and for me to understand your research process better. So keep that in mind as you're composing. And I have a couple of tips for people who might be struggling with understanding how the Isearch paper should really go. There's two main sources that I think will be really important for understanding this. The first one, many students who understood the Isearch really, really well had read the Isearch student examples, which can be found at the bottom of the Week 7 folder. So please make sure if you're having any confusion at all about what the paper should look like that you read these student examples. I think that they will be really helpful for you for structuring your own paper. And the second thing is, in the Project 2 overview, there is a very detailed outline of exactly what should appear in your paper, where it has the introduction, the body paragraphs, what should be in those body paragraphs. There's a really set structure. So you shouldn't be struggling at all with structuring your paper or with understanding exactly the content. That can be found in the overview. So make sure that you review that along with the student papers to get a good understanding of what your Isearch paper should look like. And then I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up. So this week is almost completely dedicated to finishing your paper. Your paper will be due to the to the Project 2 folder. So at the bottom of the Project 2 folder, there's a place to submit your paper by Friday, which is July 1st, I think, at 10 o'clock. So make sure that you turn that in on time. Make sure you know that it's Friday instead of Sunday. I wanted you guys to turn it in before the holiday weekend. So please make sure you turn those in Friday at 10. If you have any questions or you would like to meet with me either via Skype, phone, maybe even in my office this week, please email me and let me know. And upcoming is Project 3, which is the research paper. You'll be reading a little bit about that this week, but I think that the main thing that you should concentrate on is your Project 2. So here's the extra credit that you can do. I would like you to send me an email by, let's say, Friday night. So same as your paper, but you can turn it in before then. You can turn it in as soon as you watch the video if you want. But I want you to send me an email in the title of it. Put extra credit, the title of the email, and then in the body of the email, explain to me the difference between an Isearch paper and a research paper, which is what I did at the beginning of the video. If you need to go back and look at the beginning, that's totally fine. But that's 10 points of extra credit if you send me an email with extra credit in the title of the email with the body explaining the difference between the Isearch paper and the research paper. And have that in by Friday, and you'll get 10 points. So I hope that you guys are doing okay. It seems like many of you are. And always make sure that if you have any questions or you're struggling with anything that you contact me, because usually we can work things out. So I hope you all are enjoying your weekend, and I'm looking forward to reading your papers and maybe even hearing from you this week.